Hi everyone, today I want to give an explanation of reissue of forfeited shares. Reissue of forfeited shares. Forfeited shares means any shareholder fails to pay allotment and or calls amount, then the shares were forfeited and again it reissued to others. And again it reissued to others. Okay. Reissue of forfeited shares has two methods. Reissue of forfeited shares has two methods. One is all forfeited shares are reissued. Second one, all forfeited shares are not issued. All forfeited shares are not issued. Okay, what is the difference in between two methods? What is the difference in between two methods? Means after all the forfeited shares are reissued, any difference amount available in forfeited shares account, the total amount transfers to capital reserve account. The total amount transfers to capital reserve account. Then the following journal entry is to be passed. The following journal entry is to be passed. Forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve account. The capital reserve account appears liability side in the balance sheet under the head of profit and loss account. Under the head of profit and loss account. Next one. All the shares are not issued. All the shares are not issued. When all the shares are not issued, if there is any balance in forfeited shares account, the total balance amount not to be transfers to capital account. Some of the balance is required for unissued forfeited shares. For unissued forfeited shares. Okay. Once again I am telling that this is the most important topic on your examination point of view. Okay. Once again. Reissue of forfeited shares has two methods. One is all forfeited shares are reissued. All forfeited shares are not issued. Okay. The main difference in between two is if reissue of all forfeited shares, then any balance amount available in forfeited shares account, the total balance amount transfers to capital reserve account, then the following journal entry is to be passed. What is that? Forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve account. The capital reserve account appears liability side in the balance sheet under the head of reserves and surplus. Okay. Next one. All the forfeited shares are not issued. If all the shares are not issued, then if any balance is available in forfeited shares account, the total balance amount not to be transfers to capital reserve account. Some of the balance kept for unissued forfeited shares. That is the main difference in between two. Okay. Let us see the problem for example problem for when all forfeited shares are not issued. When all forfeited shares are not issued. What is the problem it is? A company invited applications for 1000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. The payment as follows: on application 25, on allotment 40, on first call 35. Okay, all the money duly received except the first and final call on 100 shares which are forfeited after due notice. Later 50 shares of forfeited shares reissued at 90 per share as fully paid. Pass necessary general entries and prepare ledger accounts. This is the example problem. What is the important points in this problem? First, number of shares issued 1000 equity shares. How many shares are issued? 1000 equity shares. Next one, how many shares were subscribed? 1000 equity shares were subscribed by the people, no doubt. Second one, what is the application money? 25. Allotment money 40. First and final call money 35. So the total amount collected for each share from the public or subscribers 100. Okay, what is the face value of equity share? 100. That means shares issued at par. Another important point. And third important point is very most important point is all the money duly received except one shareholder has 100 equity shares. One shareholder has 100 equity shares. He enables to pay first and final call amount. This one is that. He enables to pay first and final call amount. He paid application money and allotment money. He not able to pay first and final call money on his 100 shares. Okay, these 100 shares were forfeited and reissued 50 shares. Number of shares forfeited 100. Number of shares forfeited reissued 50 shares only. Okay, reissue of forfeited shares 50. So at the rate of 90 rupees per share. At the rate of 90 rupees per share. This is the most important points. This is the most important method. This is the most important problem on your examination point of view. So listen carefully. First of all, once again I am telling that number of shares issued, okay, 1000 equity shares, 100 each. Next one, the total amount collected from the public for each share or subscribers 100. That means shares issued at par. One shareholder has 100 equity shares. He enables to pay the first and final call. So the shares were forfeited and again reissued. 100 shares were forfeited, but reissue of shares only 50 at the rate of 90 per share. At the rate of 90 per share. Okay, this is the main points. Listen carefully, look at the board carefully, attention carefully. Okay, first one. When application money received, you know very well what is the general entry for that. Bank account debtor to equity share application account being application money received on how many shares are issued? 1000 shares. How many shares are subscribed? 1000 shares. Received on 1000 equity shares at the rate of 25 rupees per share. At the rate of 25 rupees per share. 100 into 1000 into 25, 25,000, 25,000. Next one, application money transfers to equity share capital account. So equity share application account debtor to equity share capital account being application money transfer to equity share capital account. How much? Rupees 25,000 application money transfers to equity share capital account. Next general entry, allotment money due on 1,000 equity shares. Allotment money due on 1,000 equity shares. So you know very well what is the general entry it is. Equity share allotment account debtor to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account being allotment money due on 1,000 equity shares at the rate of allotment money per each share is equal to rupees 40 per share at the rate of rupees 40 per share, that is equal to 1,000 into 40, 40,000, 40,000. Next, there is no calls in arrears. The total 1,000 shares allotment money received. That's why next general entry, bank account debtor to equity share allotment account 40,000, 40,000 being allotment money received, being allotment money received. Look at the board please. For application amount 2 general entries required. For allotment money 2 general entries required. For first and final call 2 general entries is required. For forfeiture 1 general entry. For reissue of forfeiture another 1 general entry. For capital reserve account, amount transfers to capital reserve account, another general entry is required. Okay, first one, for application 2 general entries is required. You know very well what is that. First, bank account debtor to equity share capital account. So being application money received on 1,000 equity shares at the rate of rupees 25 per share, 25,000, 25,000. Application money transfers to equity share capital account. What is the general entry? Equity share application account debtor to equity share capital account 25,000, 25,000. Next one, equity share allotment account debtor to equity share capital account for allotment money due on 1,000 shares at the rate of 40 rupees per share, that is equal to 40,000, 40,000. Next general entry, so bank account debtor to equity share allotment account, that is equal to 40,000, 40,000 allotment money received. Next one, first call amount due. Next general entry, for first call amount due, the 2 general entries is required for that. First call amount, there is no another calls. That's why the first call amount is also be treated as final call. Is also be treated as final call because there is no another calls here. So the first call amount required 2 general entries. What is that? First, what is that? First one, when first and final call money due on 1000 equity shares. What is the general entry for that? Equity share, first and final call account debtor. 2. Equity share capital account being number of shares issued. How many shares? 1000. Subscribed 1000. Being first and final call amount due on 1000 equity shares at the rate of how much? First and final call per each share 35 rupees per share. 1000 into 35, 35,000, 35,000. So this is the general entry for first and final call amount due on 1000 equity share. Next one, first and final call amount received. First and final call amount received. So look at that. Bank account debtor. Bank account debtor. Total number of shares subscribed 1000. But one shareholder has 100 equity shares. He enables to pay first and final call. That's why bank account debtor 1000 minus 100. Because why? The first and final call amount not be received for 100 shares. So the total first and final call amount received only 900 shares at the rate of 35 rupees per share. At the rate of 35 rupees per share. That is equal to 900 into 35, 31,500. Once again I am telling that total number of shares subscribed 1000. One shareholder has 100 equity shares. He enables to pay first and final call. So 1000 minus 100, that is equal to first and final call amount received on only 900 equity shares at the rate of 35 rupees per share. So the first and final call amount received only 900 into 35, 31,500 to equity share first and final call account 31,500 being first and final call amount received on 900 equity shares at the rate of 35 rupees per share. Okay. For first and final call, two general entries is required. First one, first and final call amount due on 1000 equity share. What is the general entry? Equity share first and final call account debtor to equity share capital account. Being first and final call amount due on 1000 equity shares at the rate of 35 rupees per share. Next one, bank account debtor 31,500 to equity share first and final call account debtor 31,500. Being first and final call amount received on 900 equity shares. Because why? The first and final call amount received only 900 equity shares. One shareholder has 100 equity shares. He enables to pay the first and final call. So 900 first and final call amount received on only 900 equity shares. 900 equity shares at the rate of rupees 35 per share. at the rate of rupees 35 per share. So bank account debtor to equity share first and final call account 31,500 and 31,500. Next one, another important general entry. The three general entries is required for forfeiture shares account. For forfeiture shares, okay. First one, shares forfeiture. When shares are forfeiture, the general entry is when shares are forfeiture. The general entry is number of shares forfeiture 100. Number of shares forfeiture 100. Okay. The general entry for forfeiture shares, first general entry. Equity share capital account debtor. The total number of forfeiture shares 100. The total number of forfeiture shares 100 because one shareholder has to pay the first and final call. That's why these shares were forfeited. 100. Equity share capital account debtor 100. Forfeiture, number of forfeiture shares 100. 100 into, okay, face value of each share 100. 100 into 100, that is equal to 10,000. 2. Why these forfeiture shares shares are forfeited? One shareholder has to pay first and final call. That's why 2. Equity share first and final call account. Number of shares forfeited 100 into. So first and final call money for each share 35. 3,500. 2. Forfeited shares account. Number of shares forfeited 100 into this the shareholder pays application money and also allotment money. He didn't pay the only calls money. That's why forfeited shares account 100 into 25 plus 40, 65. That means 100 into 65, 6,500. Once again, I am telling that this is the general entry for forfeiture shares. Equity share capital account debtor. Number of shares forfeited into face value of each equity share. 2. Equity share first and final call account because he didn't pay the first and final call. That's why 100 into number of share forfeited into. So each the number of share forfeited into 35. So first and final call amount for each share. Next, forfeited shares account 100 into. So he already paid application money and also allotment money. 25 plus 40, 65. 100 into 65, 6,500. Being 100 shares were forfeited. Next one. These shares were reissued. These shares were reissued at 90%. Actual value 100 but reissued at 90. Look at that. Actual value 100 but reissued at 90. And also 100 shares were forfeited. Only 50 shares to reissued. Okay. Bank account debtor. Only 50 shares are reissued at the rate of 90%. Into 90, 4,500. Next one, forfeiture shares account. Forfeiture shares account debtor 50 into 10. So 10 got it like this, 100 minus 90, 10. Actual value 100 per share, but reissued at 90. So the balance amount 10 rupees transfers to forfeited shares account. 50 into 10, that is equal to 500. 2. Equity share capital account. 2. Equity share capital account. 50 into 100, that is equal to 5,000. Being 50 forfeited shares are reissued at 90 per share. Reissued at 90 per share. Okay. Once again, I am telling that bank account debtor, total number of shares forfeited 100, but only 50 shares were reissued at the rate of 90 per share. So bank account debtor 50 into 90, 4,500. Forfeiture shares account debtor 50 into 10. So actual value 100, but reissued at 90. So rupees 10, the difference amount rupees 10 transfers to forfeited shares account. 50 into 10, 500. To equity share capital account, 50 into 100, that is equal to 5,000. Being 50 forfeited shares are reissued at 90 rupees per share. Okay, another general entry is there. The general entry is forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve account. That amount we can be find out after preparation of ledger accounts. So the three general entries is required for forfeiture shares account. One is when shares were forfeited. What is the general entry? Equity share capital account debtor 2. Equity share first and final call account 2. Forfeited shares account. Next general entry. Bank account debtor, forfeited shares account debtor 2. Equity share capital account. Next general entry, forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve account. Okay, these are all the general entries in the books of A Limited Company when all shares are not issued. All shares are not issued. Okay, so let us see how we can be prepare ledger accounts from these transactions. Let us see the ledger posting for those transactions. First of all, what is the general entry? Bank account debtor to equity share application account. Okay, bank account debtor to equity share application account. By bank account 1,000 shares into 1,000 shares into 25 per share. That's why 25,000. Next, equity share application account debtor to equity share capital account. To equity share capital account. To equity share capital account. 25,000. So 25,000. First general entry, bank account debtor to equity share application account. Second general entry, equity share application account debtor to equity share capital account. 25,000. Next general entry. What is the next general entry? Allotment money due on 1,000 equity shares at the rate of 40 rupees per share. That's why equity share allotment account debtor to equity share capital account. To equity share capital account 1,000 into 40,000. Next one, bank account debtor to equity share allotment account. By bank account, how much? 40,000. So debit equals to credit. 40,000. Next and important one. 1,000 equity shares first and final call amount due. So what is the general entry for that? Equity share first and final call account debtor to equity share capital account. Do you want first and final call? To equity share capital account. Equity share first and final call account debtor to equity share capital account. 1000 into 35,000. One shareholder fails to first and final call. That's why the first and final call amount received on only 900 equity shares. So, what is the general entry for that? Bank account debtor to equity share first and final call account by bank account. By bank account. So, how much? 900 into 35, 31,500 only. The first and final call amount received only 900 equity shares. 900 into 35, 31,500. 31,500. Next, another general entry. Look at that. Forfeiture shares account general entry. What is the general entry? It is equity share, forfeiture shares account debtor to equity share first and final call account, equity share capital account debtor to equity share first and final call account to forfeiture shares account. That is the general entry. Okay. So what is the general entry for forfeiture shares account? Equity share capital account debtor to equity share first and final call account to forfeiture shares account. So by equity share capital account, total 100 shares into first and final call 35 rupees per share, 3,500 total. 35,000. Once again I am telling that at the time of forfeiture shares account, what is the general entry for that? Equity share capital account debtor 100 into 3,500 to equity share first and final call account to equity share forfeiture shares account. So by equity share capital account 3,500, total 35,000 and 35,000. Next one, forfeiture shares account general entry. Look at the problem place. This is the most important one. This is the most important one because why? All the forfeiture shares are not issued. All the forfeiture shares are not issued. So the difference amount, the balance amount, forfeiture shares account not to be transferred to capital reserve account. Not to be transferred to capital reserve account. Once again I am telling that all forfeiture shares are not issued here. Total number of forfeiture shares 100, reissued 50. So the total amount of difference in forfeiture shares account not to be transferred to capital reserve. Some of the amount kept for non-reissue of forfeiture shares. That's why, okay, this is the most important point, this one. The first one, whenever forfeiture shares, the general entry is equity share capital account debtor 100 into 100, 10,000. 2. Equity share first and final call account. Equity share first and final call account 100 into 35. That is equal to 3,500. 2. Forfeiture shares account. 2. Forfeiture shares account 100 into. So he pays the first call amount 25, allotment money. Sorry, he pays the application amount 25, allotment money 40. So 100 into 65, 6,500. Once again, equity share capital account debtor 10,000 to first and final call account 3,500 to forfeiture shares account 6,500. So by equity share capital account 6,500. Next general entry. Bank account debtor 50 into 90. Because why? Only 50 shares are reissued. Okay. Only 50 shares are reissued. Bank account debtor 50 into 90. 4,500. Forfeiture shares account debtor 50 into 10. To equity share capital account 50. So for 2 equity share capital account 50 into 100 5,000. So look at the board please. 2 equity share capital account. Okay, how much amount? 2 equity share capital account 50 into 10 only 500. Only 500. Number of shares forfeited 100, reissued 50. So the balance amount kept for unissued, the balance amount kept for unissued forfeiture shares. So by balance carried down. Look at the board, the balance amount 6,500 by number of shares forfeited, total number of shares forfeited 100 into number of shares reissued 50. Number of shares reissued 50. This is the simple way. Okay. Number of shares forfeited 100, reissued only 50. That's why the some amount kept for unissued forfeited shares. What is that amount it is? Okay, 6,500, number of shares forfeited 100, okay, number of shares reissued 50, that is equal to 3250. Next, remaining balance amount transfers to capital reserve account. Remaining amount transfers to capital reserve account. So what is the balance it is? 2750. Total 6,500 by balance brought down 3250. Once again I am telling that equity share forfeiture shares account is the most important in this model. Okay, general entry, equity share capital account debtor 2, equity share first and final call account debtor, equity share capital account debtor 2, equity share first and final call account 2, forfeiture shares account by equity share capital account 6,500 by equity share capital account 500. Sum of the amount kept for unissued forfeiture shares. So how that amount is to be calculated? 6,500 credit balance in forfeiture shares account. This is the simple way. 6,500 by total number of forfeiture shares 100, next into number of shares forfeited. Number of shares forfeited, shares reissued only 50. So the balance amount kept for, this is the balance amount kept for unissued forfeited shares 3250. Remaining amount 2750 transfers to capital reserve account. Okay. Next, what is the general entry for that? Equity share forfeiture shares account debtor to capital reserve account. How much? 2750 by equity share forfeiture shares account 2750. This is the capital reserve account. 2750 to balance carried down 2750 by balance brought down 2750. Next one, equity share capital account. Next one, equity share capital account. Look at the board please. Equity share forfeiture shares account amount 3250. Capital reserve account credit balance 2750. Okay. Equity share forfeiture shares account shows the credit balance of 3250. Capital reserve account shows the credit balance of 2750. These two transactions are to be noted liability side under the head of reserves and surplus. Under the head of reserves and surplus. Okay. Next, equity share capital account. First general entry. Equity share capital account debtor to equity share application account debtor to equity share capital account. Okay. Buying equity share application account. How much? 25,000. Next, equity share allotment account. Equity share allotment account. How much? 40,000. Next one, equity share buying. Equity share first and final call account. How much? 35,000. Next one, equity share capital account debtor. Next general entry. What is the general entry? Equity share capital account debtor to equity share capital account debtor to equity share first and final call account to forfeiture shares account. So that's why to equity share. Look at the board please. Equity share first and final call account 3,500. Next one, to forfeiture shares account. To forfeiture shares account. How much? 6,500. Next general entry. What is the general entry? Bank account debtor, forfeiture shares account debtor to equity share capital account. So buying bank account 50 into 90, 4,500. Buying forfeiture shares account 50 into 10, 500. So the total is 1,05,000. Two, balance brought down, carried down 95,000. By balance carried brought down 95,000. Once again, equity share capital account, by equity share application account 25,000, by equity share allotment account 40,000, by equity share first and final call account 35,000, by bank account 4,500, by forfeiture shares account 500. Okay, next, to equity share first and final call account 3,500, to forfeiture shares account 6,500. Okay, balance carried down 95,000, by balance brought down 95,000. Next one, bank account. Bank account. Bank account it are two. Equity share application account. Equity share application account 25,000. Next one, bank account it are two. Equity share allotment account 2. Equity share allotment account. How much? 40,000. Next one, 2. Equity share first and final call account. 2. Equity share first and final call account. How much? 31,500. Okay. Next general entry. Bank account debtor. Forfeiture shares account debtor. 2. Equity share capital account. Last but one general entry it is. Bank account debtor 50 into 90. How much? 4,500. 2. Forfeiture shares account 50 into 10. 500. 2. Equity share capital account 50 into the 50 into 100. That is equal to 5,000. So 2. Equity share 2. Equity share capital account 4,500 by balance carried down. The total amount is 1,01,000. 1,01,000. To balance brought down 1,01,000. This is the balance brought down of bank account 1,01,000. Equity share capital account 95,000. Okay. Look at the balance sheet for this. Balance sheet of A Company Limited. Okay, balance sheet of A Company Limited. These are all the liabilities, these are all the assets. So, first of all, equity and liability. Under the head of equity and liability, so first, shareholder funds. Shareholder funds. A, share capital. Shareholder funds are categorized into first one, share capital, second one, reserves and surplus. Okay, so authorized capital. There is an information about authorized capital in the problem. Dash. Number of shares issued 1,000 equity shares. Number of shares issued 1,000 equity shares, and number of shares were subscribed 1,000, called up 1,000 shares. That's why 1,000 equity shares, 1,000 equity shares at the rate of 100 each, 1 lakh. Next one, paid up capital. The balance amount in capital account 95,000. Next one, reserves and surplus. Already I am explained that. So capital account and forfeiture, capital reserve account and forfeiture shares account transfers to under the head of reserves and surplus. Under the head of reserves and surplus in balance sheet. So the capital reserve account. The capital reserve account balance is 2750. 2750. And the forfeiture account balance is 3250. 3250. Okay. Next, non-current liabilities nil. Current liabilities nil. The total amount is 1,01,000. Next, asset side, non-current assets nil. Next, current assets under bank account. Bank account shows 1,01,000. So the total assets is, the total of assets is 1,01,000. So assets are equals to liabilities. Assets, the total of assets is 1,01,000. The total of liabilities 1,01,000. Assets is equal to liabilities. This is the problem for when forfeiture shares, all the forfeiture shares are not issued.